Ex-popstar and fellow property developer Ryan Beaumont joins me as I show him around some of our ongoing developments. I give him free rein to ask me whatever he wants. Critically analyse my business. This sounds like it's going to be bad, and he doesn't hold back.
Is this the brain of the site then?
Yeah. This is where the HQ of a site is, nice. Where everything's meant to be run from. We do drone videos right from the beginning to the end. So before we bought the site, right till finish, and then obviously over time we can capture that.
Is there a specific reason you get like consecutive shots, or is it just?
Well, yeah, well it looks good.
That's the main reason. Yeah, it's not for like regulation or anything.
No. It's just looks good. Yeah, it's great to capture the history of the site because now you're walking around now. Nobody just remembers what it was before. So this site was an old car park. Before that, this actually had a building underneath here. I think it must have been some form of club, and then the rear then was just kind of overgrowth basically. So we got planning to build 35 units, 18 apartments, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, and 17 houses. Brownfield site, before sold it to a housing association. We took it through, we got planning. There was a little issue on this site where we actually ran out of time on our conditional contract. The long stop expired for various different reasons. We actually was in a position where we had to trigger and buy this site. So we bought this site for 790,000. So we had to raise that, but we also took a little bit of a risk on the site, and we got on here earlier than we could sell the site to the housing association and did the remediation work, which ended up costing 300 grand. A big risk, we've got to be careful with those calculated risks. We got to the stage where it needed to raise 1.1 million to buy it, otherwise our long stop position was ending. And we could have been in a position where the landowner kept the site and sold it. But look, managed to raise the funds with our investment backing. And that's why it's so important to have, funders supporting you in property development. Long story short, though, this is a part timber frame and part masonry construction. All of these are raft foundations, but we're going to do piled on this block here. So
there's another block that's not been built yet?
That's right. You see the entrance is in here, but we have got plans to move the entrance over here, so we could unlock this site for development. But the problem with that is you need something called a Section 278 agreement to adopt the new access. But that's outside of planning. So you can have planning, but you might not have a 278 agreement, which means you can't do that work.
And in Wales, is it just highways you've got to go to?
Yeah, so it takes a little bit long. So we haven't been able to do that. So we carried on with the site, and now we're going to be doing the 278 afterwards, which has meant this development is going to be a split phase development. We're going to hand over all the units and just finish this one on its own.
You've already sold this site, right? So the whole thing's been sold?
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of interest. So you've sold the whole thing.
Yeah.
They're going to pay you for all that work.
Yeah.
And then, what if you don't get the 278 agreement?
We will. We had technical approval. It just takes a long time for the legals and stuff to run its course. The apartments are built masonry and the houses are built timber frame.
How come?
We wanted to. No. So we built the houses timber frame because they were really quick and easy to do so. Yeah. And we built the flats in masonry. I suppose, to be honest with you, looking back now, there was no reason why we didn't do the whole site in timber frame. But the only 2 reasons come to my mind that we had an issue with is one, insurance. The insurance to do the entire development in timber frame was really expensive. So we split it and did half of it in timber and the other half in masonry. Yeah. And that allowed us to comply with our insurance without having to pay significant money, which like unjustifiable money in my eyes, but that's what they wanted. So that was a big reason why. And the other reason why is when we first got planning for this site and was taking it through, inflation was still unknown and high, and timber got hit with inflation. So we was getting good prices for the timber frame houses, not so much for the timber frame apartments. So when you did a cost analysis, it was cheaper to do the houses timber, but it was cheaper to do the apartments masonry. That makes sense? Yeah. So those are the reasons why. But I'm a fan of timber frame. I'm a fan of off-site construction. I want as much done off-site and bring it on as possible. The masonry, I don't like how slow it can be and how much impact all the time you can have. You can see now the progression. We've got houses finished this end in terms of roof on, watertight, windows and doors, etc. The internal, they're just finishing the brickwork. Yeah, all of the plots have PV on. They're all EPC A rated, 100% electric. We should expect the first phase to be finished in the summer.
Why EPCA as well? If you're just giving it to a housing provider, why do they need to hit a certain mandate themselves?
Yeah, so in Wales, there's a target for every social home to be EPCA rated. It's for the government towards their energy efficiency targets, and eventually to get to net carbon zero as well. So that's really why they do it. They get a bit of extra grant support to get EPCA. But there's a big push at the moment on trying to get the tenants' bills as low as possible. That's the important thing. It's all well and good being EPCA, but how can we reduce the tenant bills? What can we do to try to get that as close to nil as possible? It would make it more affordable, obviously, for the tenants, and so they can stay there for long term. Get the gas horn out.
Go on. Go on.
I'll get kicked off my own site. Let's have a look around.
Cool. How many lads to go here then?
On site today, well, that's the site manager.
Well, usually.
Everything's run from, like I said, we're quite digital, so everything's run from construction management software.
Would you say that's another one of your USPs as well?
I mean, others do it too, definitely, but we are trying to be as digital as possible. So this is the site, Salmon Road. So today, it's not been finished obviously, but we have 3 carpenters on site and they're working for various plots. We have 4 plumbers on site. We have 8 bricklayers on site. We have a plant operator lifter doing the forklifts. And we have another apprentice carpenter on site. We have 2 dry liners on site, and we have the site manager himself. So it's all digital.
Yeah, all good. Got good news. Lovely stuff. Amazing. Sorry, but I've been expecting that call all day.
Work never stops, eh?
No, that's another deal secured though.
Is it? Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So we're first fixed in these, Dorian?
Yeah, okay, cool. They're fully first fixed, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, about 90%. Just a few bits and pieces to go, and I'll get the building inspector through.
Lovely.
Little close up at some of these bad boys. Busy site. A lot going on here.
I said we had a 4-bed. We don't. It's 2 and 3s. Yeah, I thought we had a 4-bed somewhere.
So all these properties on here. Oh, was it 35 on this site?
Yeah.
All 35 of them are going to be EPCA. Solar panels, installation, all that fun stuff.
Low tenant bills.
Low tenant bills. Dorian didn't walk to the side. Madness. Do you clad purely to give it a little aesthetic, or because you could save the money, right? Or
it was from a planning point of view, yeah.
Oh,
it was for aesthetics. There's no benefit really of cladding, so to speak, is it? We could have finished that in brickwork. We could have finished that in render. We could have clad it, but it breaks it up. So from a planning point of view, especially over here, the planning officers get quite involved in the design. They really do scrutinise it. This site was originally meant to be for 40 homes, but it got we had to reduce it to 35 because of the changes the planning department wanted. I still believe 40 could fit on here quite nicely, but hey ho. Great, can we have a look inside one? Yep. Lovely.
We've got the test panel in there, Dorian.
So this is going to be level access, isn't it? When we
It's going to be level access once
we got
it's
build
done.
you've got
up to do.
build it up a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a bit to go.
Is it going to slope up or just?
Yeah.
This house has been fully first fixed. This is a 3-bedroom house, I believe, isn't it, Clive? This is a 3-bedroom house, isn't it? Yeah. So we've got sprinklers. We have to put sprinklers even in houses. Yeah, in Wales. So every house has to have a sprinkler
Is that
system.
socialising or is that just period?
Yeah, periods, yeah. So you don't have that in England, do you?
No.
No.
I wonder if they'll bring that in though, because they're making it harder, especially in HMOs. They're making it harder and harder.
Yeah, as you can see, the timber frame manufacturer brings in all of this, and they manufacture and install it for us to hand it over. We bring the stairs, and then they don't provide them. And then we get straight on with first fix carpentry, just sorting out any of the bits. And sprinklers, electrics, plumbing. There's a panel for a spray plaster system that we're trialing that we're going to roll out now from next week. Nice. So fingers crossed it'll speed up time. It sprays, still 3mm finish, and it dries white as well. You're doing it too?
Yeah, I've started doing that. Well, out of interest, I don't do new builds, but on the retrofits, we found the MF is way quicker and works out cheaper. Can you just not do that on these?
Well, for us, so with the timber frame manufacturer, the price within their price versus us to bring the cost for them to just bring it all in themselves. And it's just with one party, just made sense. So in here is going to be a living room and ground floor wet room. So all of these have a ground floor wet room as well. We've got ventilation in here as well. Clive, what's the heating system in here? It's a solar assisted heat cylinder, is it?
Yeah, we've got an air source heat cylinder.
So it's
So it's got an external and an intake to it, which you'll see up in the loft. Actually, you'll see some pretty heavy ducting.
It looks quick though. Like it looks like a quick way to build.
They're
like
so
engineering trusses as well, aren't they? They're not like your standard trusses.
yeah. So this is where the cylinder is going to go, and you can see the size of the ventilation pipes there, the extract and inflow. This will be decent sized bedroom.
Yeah. They're bigger on the inside, these, you know.
So this house here is 98 square meters.
That's decent, that, isn't it?
Yeah. For social housing
For a
house,
free
98
house.
square meters. I mean, some on the private side of things, for like entry level homes, some 3-bedroom houses are as small as 75 square meters. In the private market, but these are 98. So yeah, definitely. We find that the houses we have to build for social housing can be bigger than the private sector starter homes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But they're fighting free market constraints, aren't they? But this is just like an endless pot of money.
Well, they've got £1 billion budget for social housing that they've allocated in Wales and 11.5 billion in England. It's because in Wales they've got a target of delivering 4,000 homes a year. In England, I think the target is 145,000, of which 90,000 would be social rent.
Yeah.
I know they're only achieving like a fraction of that. But the waiting list in England is 1.2 million. The waiting list in Wales is 90,000, and it's just growing. So,
How many of that 1.2 million is justified though?
oh, don't ask me, mate. You'll have to ask the Office of National Statistics for that. I don't know where they got the data from.
All quick, all nice, and good sizes as well. This is a 3-bed, and this is a bedroom, which is, you know, decent for social housing as well. Yeah, because in the UK, mate, I've seen these go after in small. Like there's a new one they just did in Darlow. It's a load of terraces, and for me, like the width of the house is like this room.
Is it?
Yeah, like they squeeze them out.
Yeah. And then the bathroom here. So this is.
What'd you do with the bathrooms? You make them nice?
No,
Yeah, what's the spec?
The spec. Every housing association will have their own specifications. So when we first take them aside, early days, we will ask them for the spec, and they'll all be different. And we need to review that and cost that and make sure it's included part of our design. I haven't read the spec for this one. My team have, but I'm pretty sure because this is the same housing association we dealt with before. It's just going to be it'll just be a neutral bathroom, a fairly modern bathroom. It'll be white, mainly just white bath.
Tiled?
It'll be it'll be tiles, yeah, but probably to ceiling, wall to ceiling.
Is it?
Yeah, floor to ceiling tiled, yeah. Ground floor wet room, there'll be tiled floor to ceiling.
You get no choice in the spec.
No, we can negotiate at spec stage.
Yeah.
But on this it'll look like this one now. So the kitchen will look like that.
Oh yeah, nice. Man.
It's like a
Is that vinyl?
yeah. It's like a Greenwich. It's like a white gloss kitchen,
That's nice, isn't it?
and the bathroom will look like this. That's the wet room, that is.
Yeah, because you do for disabled stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah.
If you're doing on the private market, what would you do different?
Well, I've got a bad experience with the private market.
I see your podcast with Tyler.
So I've done developments on the private market where I, did a very nice finishing, like oak doors with glass in, wooden floors. The kitchen was like £6,000 just for the kitchen units, and I put in nice, appliances, higher end appliances. I didn't go to Smeg level, but just below that, Bosch, and all good stuff. But at the end of the day, if the market takes a dip or a wobble, then you're not. You're still going to have people who are going to knock you down on price. It's not going to sell if the demand isn't there. And I didn't like that. I just like the fact that if we find an opportunity, we could partner with a housing association, we can agree terms with them, and then it's done then. We've just got to focus on delivering as best as we can within the terms and finding more opportunities for them. The market risk was always the thing that was keeping me up in private development.
But you can never retain.
Well, these,
Yeah.
you can do lease-based models for social housing.
But
We just choose not to.
Would the numbers work on this though? Work more apartments with it?
It depends. It depends on what type of what type of tenure you're leasing out to. Like you've obviously heard of supported living, and if you get exempt rents on that, it can be, for an apartment, it can be like nearly £1,000 a month. Kai, can we just see one that's not not least advanced. Yeah.
Least advanced as in less than that. You said not least advanced.
My English isn't the very best.
No, it's
mate.
not, is it?
No.
Can you speak Welsh?
No. No, I just speak my own language sometimes.
Yeah, mate, I'm surprised at the sizes. It's got to be smaller. Would you live in one?
Oh, mate, definitely. I would definitely live in one.
Is it?
I mean, who wouldn't want to live in a house like this? Sorry? Yeah, Clive, would you live in a house like this? Sorry? Would you live in a house like this? Absolutely. Yeah. There you go. So, where timber frame comes in, get the windows in straight away. Well, yeah, get the windows in straight away. Get the roof on, and only then we can get straight inside then. So they're going to move on to this and do the first fix, and the external brickwork hasn't, by the time they finish the brickwork on here, internally will all be set and fix stage pretty much. So that's why I like timber frame like that. I like that it is faster. It feels faster. Houses, it's faster. These blocks of apartments, that we've done in masonry feel so much slower compared to timber, and it does irritate me. I like seeing action. I like coming to site, and I like knowing that all these different phases are happening, and I like seeing houses go up quite quickly, But yeah, this is an earlier stage. So the only first fix that's happened here is sprinklers. So one of the first things that will go in, and they've also done carpentry, so patricing, etc.
Why did you do it as a first thing?
Clive, what's the reason we put sprinklers in first thing?
Your routing, really.
Yeah,
We've got to
just because it's pipe work.
We've got to try and integrate various different trades. And so with this being mainstream, we put this in first, and then the plumbers will come in, and then the electricians will come in and work around them.
It's easier to move. It's easier to move cables than it is pipe work. Basically, so if we can get the pipe work in first, the sprinklers and the plumbing.
I suppose you don't do gas, do you? So you don't have...
Oh no, we don't have copper. If you put that in the wrong place, you have to actually take it out. If you put a wire in the wrong place, you just re-thread it. Plastic.
But of course, it's left under pressure.
I mean, it's one of those, right? And it's that fire. We can moan as developers that it's over the top. Like, why would you put a sprinkler in an individual house?
It's more the end consumer, isn't it? They're paying for it.
If you think about it, though, I don't have a sprinkler in my house, so I'm about to be hypocritical here. But if I had the choice, would I put sprinklers in my house? Well, the answer is yes. Because why? The fire can kill, can't it? The sprinkler, what's the worst it's going to do? Damage some furniture. We'll recover from that. But
if you're going to save your entire property bar one room, then there's added value to it, and of course the insurance companies would love it as well, wouldn't they? So premiums should be on it.
Yeah, that's the point. That's just because I just think of purely cost. Like, yes, it's nice to have them, but it'd be nice to have, everything if you could.
Yeah.
But everything comes at a cost somewhere, and the end consumer pays for it. But I suppose in that sense, you will then save maybe a premium. It's just they're just bringing in so much more regulation. It's just like, and it's making properties more expensive.
Well, I was speaking to someone the other day, and they said to get planning back in the day, you had a red line plan, and you say, right, this is how many homes we're going to put on there. Okay.
Crack on, boys.
I can reel off a list of everything you need now. It costs them tens of thousands of pounds, and you still don't know if you're going to get planning. But anyway, this is Hamlet Road, 35 homes, EPCA. On to the next one. Thanks, Clive. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to meet you, mate. Have a good day.
So yeah, this is Frederick Place, 15 apartments in Swansea, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. Again, this is land we bought next to a graveyard, forward sold it onto a housing association. We actually went in for planning first for 6 flats and 4 houses on this. Our council declined it, said it was, they didn't want it. So we put in for 15 flats and got that approved.
That's it? Yeah. Why'd they approve that, not the houses?
They just didn't like it. So this is a relatively tight site here. This site had Japanese knotweed on it. The chapel itself, it used to be an old chapel on here. It was built in like the 1850s, which was the graveyard's from. There's social housing next door, huge retaining wall. So we had to remove the Japanese knotweed. As we did the reduced level dig, put retaining wall in to keep that retaining wall, not affect the structural integrity. And then, like I said, we put retaining walls around the graves. Make sure, because we actually went right to the red line. So, that was, we had to have a watching brief really, just to make sure there was nothing. Did you get any pushback from that? No, we were right actually. We had some objections obviously, but it's in the red line. It's within the settlement boundary. We're not building the graves. We're not touching them. They still got access to them. It's just, the site was split separately. So anyway, strip footings on here, masonry, traditional masonry builds, 3 stories, and yeah, we'll go in and have a look now as well. Difference between this and timber frame is obviously it feels so much slower because you have to go up lift by lift by lift by lift, and you can't really do anything else. And then you have to get the roof on, and finally then once it's covered you can get in. Whereas if there was this timber frame, the frame would have been up and watertight months and months and months ago, and internals would have developed so much further, so much more. It would have 100% been many months faster, four odd months, 4 or 5 months faster. When we secured this site, it was during inflation. The inflation for it ended up being that building masonry was cheaper than timber, but it's taken a lot longer, definitely. So as you can see here, just traditional block work. There's the MF walls as we mentioned earlier. Yeah. First fix is commencing here. This is our site manager, Anthony Flood.
Hello mate, nice to meet you.
Anthony, this is Ryan. So this here is one apartment, isn't it?
It's one apartment.
So this Ryan is one apartment, and this is over 1,000 square foot. Wow. Yeah, it's a wheelchair, it's a disabled adapted apartment. 2 bed?
2 bed.
Yeah, 2 bed.
1,000 square foot.
1,000 square foot. So
it's quite wide, isn't it? Yeah.
So we've got the apartment starts here. So their front door, Ryan, is here. If you think about it.
Yeah.
So they come in, and they have this hallway. They have storage there.
Yeah.
They have storage there.
Yeah.
That's storage.
Boiler room.
Yeah, boiler room in there, is it? The wet room is here. Wet room is there.
Yeah.
Bedrooms in here. This is one bedroom.
Yeah.
And then in here is a living room. Or another bedroom, is it? Sorry, another bed. This is the master bedroom.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Bigger than my bed.
Yeah, oh, bigger than my bedroom. Yes. Then you've got the kitchen living area. So kitchen is over here. Kitchen would be around here.
Oh man. Yeah.
And the living room.
This is massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
This is 2 1-beds, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, there's 15 flats here, and on the ground floor there's 3, and then on the first floor there's 6, and the second floor there's 6. So it is literally 2 1 beds, yeah. But if you notice on here, like I said, ground floor, it was just that one stairwell in the middle, door opening. Got 2, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's another wing of flats from the other entrance, isn't it?
Mad, isn't it?
So this is a 1 bed here then, mate. You come in, storage room there. That's where the boiler's gonna go.
That boiler will go.
Boiler room.
This one is it?
Boiler in here. Yeah. Balcony here.
as well.
Huh? Yeah, they'll have balconies on here. Yeah.
Oh, you have to, don't you?
We again because this went through planning during COVID. Obviously, this was going through planning during the stay at home situation, the isolation, self-isolation. So then the plans that we had at that stage, they were getting big pushback from the council, and they wanted balconies on the apartments. So this development had balconies, whereas the one we've just been to didn't. So
Just get the rail up against the wall, but you'll have the main balcony.
Yeah.
these are all pretty much identical then, aren't they? Upstairs is the same.
Upstairs, yeah, it's the same.
So this is a 1 bedroom flat as well. Walk straight in, then they've not put the MF studs up yet on here.
No.
So you've just got the actual structural walls, which is 2 main rooms, but will now need to be carved up for the actual footprint of the flat.
Nice.
So this was quite a complex roof, this one, wasn't it?
Oh, that's an understatement.
Many steps, many steps, many lifts of scaffolding and brickwork to get sorted out.
On the top floor here. This is one of the 1-beds, not got a stud in yet. You see it'd be banging sizes.
Balcony's going to go there, isn't it? They'll have a balcony there then too.
That's a nice view out there, isn't it?
This will be a walkout balcony, won't it?
It will be, yeah.
Yeah, so they can have their morning tea. They're Juliet's. AOVs here.
Oh, the AOVs,
Yeah.
I'll climb the scaffolding now.
Just before it gets dropped.
Yeah, why not, right? Taking a view.
So they're going to start stripping this from next week, Tony.
When they start taking it down to the next lift.
It's fibre cement slates.
Yeah, they're not the real ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
These are fake stuff, isn't it? Like
they're fibre cement slates there.
Yeah.
All looks nice now it's done, but
Oh god.
some work to give it to that.
Yeah. Ball Lake, wasn't it? There's how many of these? 7 of these, is it? Yeah.
What's this for?
It's just the way the design was done for the protrusion. Because if the second floor we was in is in the roof, it's built in the roof effectively.
Yeah.
So the roof obviously it's quite a high depth, but that's part of the second floor apartment, hence why it protrudes out.
Yeah, okay. So it's like a dormer, but not a dormer.
Effectively.
Yeah.
So to get part of planning, we were saying this isn't a 3-story, this is a 2.5-story. Okay, so we're at an 18 apartment and 4 commercial unit development.
Nice.
There was a building on here that we demolished. It was in planning for about 18 months. And yeah, it was quite an old building, but during planning, we provided evidence that there was nearly 2,000 people on the waiting list in this area. So
2,000?
Yeah, the ground floor is going to be a masonry structure. There's going to be the 4 units in there.
Yeah.
We put these pillars in to put a transfer deck in, and then we're going to bring SIP panels in, be about 4 stories with a 5th story kind of like a stepped story in it. So yeah, we forward sold this entire development onto a housing association, and we're hopefully getting this finished 12 months from now.
12 months?
Yeah, from now.
Yeah. How long has it been till this point? From when you first looked at the site?
We started this in April time. So we did the demo. Oh, we 18 months before that. Oh, it's been going on a little while. It got stuck in planning. We did the groundworks on this with our own internal groundworks team. It was quite complicated. We had party walls involved, step foundations. It's quite a tight site. The foundations took quite a while to sort out after the demolition. But yeah, on his way up. So this is the former Neath Workmen's Club in Neath. We're going to be building 36 1- and 2-bedroom apartments here, EPCA rated. We forward sold the site into a housing association. This is going to be a METSEC development, so light gauge steel. And yeah, at the moment we've demolished the site. We're doing a reduced level dig, just about to bring in the piling mat ready for piling.
Piles?
Piles, mate.
Big pile. What are you going to do with all this?
So we made a little den.
Is it? Let's go with it.
To block the site office. Now, obviously, the building's just been demolished, so we've just stockpiled. We've just had it tested so we could get the best rate on the cartaway, because that's what you have to do. There's going to be all stuff in there that you get different prices for. And then as soon as we've got the price, then we choose the haulage company and they come and take it away. All this has got to go. Right. So yeah, as I said, this building was 20,000 square foot. We've demolished it. We've had party walls agreements, so we've rendered all of that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was all attached.
It was connected, yeah. I had basements in here which we've
infill.
We grubbed up, demolished, grubbed up, reduced levels. There's a big main running through the site here. See there?
Yeah.
Right, it runs through the site. I think they've exposed it here. So an old Victorian.
Oh, it smells nice.
Old Victorian sewer there.
Yeah, man. Is it? Like a big clay drain, is it?
Yeah. So that's well over 100 years old. So what we're doing now, so that drain runs through the site, but obviously we're going to be building over this site. So we've in agreement with Welsh Water to divert the sewer. So what we're going to do now is the next step is to
you're going to have to divert that.
Yeah, but so the next step is to actually expose it, open it up, over pump, then demolish the sewer. So then we can bring in the piling mat and do the piles and carry on with the development whilst the off-site works for the new drainage is ongoing.
Where's it going?
Just into that road over there. So luckily it's worked out, luckily. But it was originally that we was going to have to divert all the way around there. But it's okay, we found a point over there now. Yeah.
So that doesn't carry through this site and continue on?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And you're not going to have to do that?
No, fortunately not, because there's capacity over there. Yeah.
Lucky that.
Yeah, I know. That could have been that we would have to do it around the site, and it would have been very, very expensive.
And you can't work around that, like build a chamber for it or something? Or?
No, because Welsh Water won't give you a build-over agreement really now to do that. You have to leave an easement either side. So that means you could build this section of the site and that section of the site with nothing there. Yeah. Get piles in now by the end of this month.
I say only 36, but this is a big site. You get more than 36 on this, couldn't you?
Not really. You're governed by size around you look as well. You see, whenever you look at a development site, you've got when you think of planning, the highest building point is there, which is higher than those points. So we're already going higher again.
How high are you going on this?
5 stories. It steps, it does. See, because it steps down to mitigate the impact because there's nothing that side. But you can't just go and put a tower block up here because around you there's only 2-3 stories, and it's got to be in keeping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Someone sets precedent eventually, though, don't they?
Like over there.
Yeah, see? That's nice.
Yeah, well, we'll end up as high as that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. If you think, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the precedent.
All right, so you get to run down to that.
Yeah.
What's it going to be, all undercroft?
So it goes from there down. Yeah, you're right.
No,
No, there's no parking.
no parking?
It's town centre.
Is it?
So that's what I'm saying. In a town centre, in theory, you can build, you know, high, but if the area around you is not high and there's no policy that the council brought in for high rise, then you can't. So you won't really get approval.
Yeah.
You're out on site with Ryan and he looks at his phone and gets an investor inquiry. That's the power of marketing and social media, right,
I
Ryan?
secured a deal today as well, so happy debts don't fall.
Congratulations. Right, let's go. If you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe, comment below, and please check out our channel for other videos similar to this. Thanks for watching. See you soon.